Hello everybody, welcome back to a new video. In today's video, I wanted to go over the leaked lineup that we do have for the rest of the Winter Spotlight event. So yeah, let's get started. So as some of you know, the event has had a new item come out every 24 hours for allegedly a limited time only. And we've been getting some for the first 2 days. We got 2 new UGC items, and we did also get some leaks a bit earlier on some of the other items that might be coming. But we do actually have a pretty accurate lineup here, and this comes from the account Leaks Events on Twitter, and they have been a very reliable source. Even in past events, they were able to tell what prices were for things, so I would say this is pretty accurate, and this just is another compilation of leaks that Roblox keeps letting get out. We just saw the Black Friday sale lineup get leaked, and now once again we have this lineup leaked as well. So if you don't want to know what's coming, then you can skip this one, but if you do want to prepare a little bit and see what's coming and what day everything is coming, then I will have all the information here. So day 1 we got the penguin, which is still on sale, unfortunately, and then we had the lamb released today. But for day 3, we do have the delightful bag here, which was another leaked item here, another UGC creation, which actually looks really good. I thought it was a really well-made item, and also it's only 150 Robux, which is pretty good for a back accessory, so definitely a pretty nice item here to release on day 3. I assume it'll probably stay 24 hours again, but realistically, it may not go off sale knowing Roblox. But that is just the release that we do have for day 3. Now, something interesting that we do have here for the limiteds are that they're actually available for 48 hours instead of 24. So they're going to be available for double the time, which likely means they're going to get a lot more sales than usual limiteds are. But there's also a good thing, as actually all of these are in the cheaper range, which is pretty good. Last event, the Haunt, the cheapest thing was 4,999, and the most expensive thing here is 4,000. So every limited in this event is already cheaper than the cheapest one from the last event. So I think Roblox is moving in the right direction in terms of prices here, so that's pretty good that we're seeing a decrease in these prices, and they're available for a longer amount of time. So more people can afford them, more people can get them. I think that's definitely a good thing, but obviously that just means they're not going to do as great in terms of prices, but they weren't going to do well anyways based on the prices they were already releasing at. So moving on here, for day 4 and 5 of the event, we do have the snowflake bow tie. This one's pretty cool. I think it's definitely a nice item. It definitely matches the winter theme and also matches some of the future limiteds in this event as well. It is 1,000 Robux, which is quite a lot for a bow tie, but that may mean it may not get a lot of sales, so maybe on the rarer side compared to some of the other things, but it's still pretty cool. 1,000 Robux is definitely not that bad. I think this is actually the cheapest limited from one of these events so far, but there's going to be some cheaper ones even later. So definitely pretty cool. It's only 1,000, so why not for a limited? So that will be for day 4 and 5. And also I did want to mention that we do have a couple things here that aren't on those listed images, but there is some information known about these. First up, for drink, hot chocolate, and cloudy ice crown, these are rumored to be free items that are going to be coming later on in this event. So it could be a similar case to all the other events where near the end of the event they release an in-game task for you to do, like a lot of the events had bosses. So it'll probably be similar to that, where there'll be some task that appears and you'll be able to get to both the chocolate and the ice crown. So these two are likely going to be free items coming in the next few days for this event. Then we do have Bobo the picnic bear, which is actually an existing item already that you can just buy regularly, but there's also been a new update here where if you do a Discord quest, you can actually earn this one for free. So that's also a new thing here. I'm not sure why this actually has a badge in the game itself, but it is here, so I did want to point out that you can actually get this one for free by doing a quest on Discord. But moving back over to this, we have at day 6 and 7, we have the Frosty Fedora, which once again we went over. It is another version of these kind of striped fedoras, which looks pretty cool. It's 2,000 Robux, which is pretty good for fedora, honestly, so that's pretty nice, looks pretty good, and it's not too expensive for something like this. So that's a pretty good item here, and it's going to be available on day 6 and 7 of the event. Now day 8 and 9, this is the most expensive item from this event. We have the winter top hat, which we did point out it looks similar to the blue banded top hat with a white band, and it's releasing for almost the same price too. So if you weren't able to get that one, you can definitely get this new one here. It is releasing on Christmas Eve and Christmas Day, so it's going to get a bunch of sales when everybody gets their Robux from Christmas. This is going to be the item that is going to be in the game, so this one's going to get a ton of sales, which they probably planned to have the most expensive one available over the days where people are going to be spending a lot. So keep that in mind. It'll probably get a lot of sales, but it is a pretty cool one. It is the most expensive one here so far, so keep that in mind. A lot of sales and high price may not work out the best, but it'll probably have a good demand, so maybe that will help keep it up in price a little bit. But still 2 pretty cool limited items here to add on to this event. Next up, for day 10 and 11, we do have the Real Scorching Frost Stunnas, which these are once again a new variant of the Stunna shades, which are a rare series, and I thought these were actually going to be a lot more because the original series released for 20,000 Robux Robux and above. And especially with the high prices Roblox has been doing recently, I thought these were going to be around that. But these are actually very, very cheap, almost 20 times less than the original ones, only 1,500. So that's pretty cool to see these actually released for really affordable. These I don't think are really looked at too much compared to the other items from this event. So these might not get that many sales. They might do pretty good. Who knows? But I think these are pretty cool. Not too bad of a price either. So I think these definitely do pretty decent here. And then we have the Ember Guardia, which is a surprising 500 Robux. I'm surprised they even went this cheap, which is really good to see them doing more cheap things here. So 500 is really, really great for this item. It might get a lot of sales, but it's definitely a nice item and something that will likely do better over time. It's a really nice take on the Guardia series. So this is a nice thing to see them do a pretty affordable, unique take on a popular series. So those are the items for days 10 and 11, as well as days 12 and 13. Now day 14 and 15, using the method that they used to get the list, these were actually blank days. There wasn't anything listed there specifically, but they were able to find some things here to suggest that these are going to be the 14 and 15 days items here. So what this account pointed out is last time in the Haunt event, the Cat's Eye was actually a limited unique item, and that one was actually missing from the list of leaked items. And once again here, day 14 and 15 are missing. But we do have these two leaked items here, so that is a big hint that these could be limited unique items, which could be really good depending on which limited unique they actually do. If it's the classic limited unique, that is great. No pending times trading would be great, but they likely are going to be the new limited unique style, which is going to be a pending of probably a couple weeks, and you're not going to be able to trade it, which is unfortunate, as they really should get that fixed, especially if they're doing more of those by adding trading. But we'll just have to see if these do end up releasing, and if they are limited unique, if they do have those problems here. But for day 14, we do have the Winter Eyes, which there's more evidence pointing now to this actually being a regular face, which would be really cool to see. We haven't seen one in a couple of years actually, as they have been transitioning to dynamic heads. So it'd be cool if this was a regular face. There are some hints pointing to it being that, so if it is one, it'll probably do very well. Usually these regular faces do good in the long run, so that would be pretty cool to see. Unfortunately, we don't know the prices for these or the stock if it is limited unique, so we don't really know for sure, but I assume it'll probably be on the cheaper side given the other items are pretty cheap, and I think these will probably have a high stock because Roblox probably knows people want them. And day 15, we do have the Commando, and seeing everything else being pretty cheap, hopefully that's good news for this Commando being cheap and not 40,000 like the Hunt one. So hopefully more people can actually afford a newer Commando, but this one looks pretty cool. It's very nice. It's a nice take on the Commando series and works well for winters. So these will likely be limited unique items. We'll have to see though. It's not exactly clear on these two, but it would be nice to see them release if they were limited unique. And the last item here for the final day of the event is going to be this Winter Lodge Snow Globe, which we did see here. Another little UGC item here that may go off sale, may not go off sale. Depends on how Roblox feels that day, but it will be 300 Robux here, and it's a pretty nice way to end off the event. So yeah, that is the leaked lineup that we do have for the event. Once again, not everything is 100% confirmed. We'll just have to see when they actually release, if these are actually going to be true or not. But yeah, I want to hear what you guys think about this lineup, if you're excited to get anything, and if you'll be able to afford things. And yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Bye.